Attention! On me.
Lois lame? Yes, she is lame. Welcome to Sitka Comics League Dark. I am Jared. I'm here with Robert. What's up, my brother?
Yo, and I'll argue that to the bitter end.
Oh, I know you will. I know you will. I will get through to you eventually. So,
or vice versa.
Yeah. So today we have. So today on the docket we are talking about the Marvel DC crossovers, Robert Redford and Trinity being delayed 7 weeks. Which topic shall we talk about first?
Let's start with the titular one, Deadpool, Batman Deadpool.
All right.
Sorry, Deadpool Batman. Deadpool Batman. This was the Marvel one.
Yeah, so again, this is, I obviously got the Wonder Woman Cap cover. And what's up, NJ?
Mm-hmm.
And so for this one, so the first story in this covers like a Batman and Deadpool teaming up to take down the Joker, or like Batman, more accurately, Batman being tricked by Deadpool to fight the Joker.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who was hired by the Joker.
Yeah, and not all of these are on the same Earth because it's implied, because in this, it's implied that the Joker tricked Eobard Thawne to bring Deadpool into like the main Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's,
which, to be fair, that kind of works. That kind of works. Eobard doing that. If Flash can go between other worlds, why can't Eobard?
Yeah, exactly. He does all the time. Now, in terms of this one, in terms of the Batman story first, we'll talk about the Batman story. Pretty good.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
It's not the best Batman story I've ever read. It still has problems, but I'm like, oh, okay. And plus, Greg Capullo on art for Batman will never not be good.
Even his Joker looks good because it's still like the Batman Endgame like Joker, obviously without his face chopped off. Well, no, that was when he regained his face.
Oh, okay. The point is, it was the same guy he drew.
Yep, exactly, and that was really fun. And I would say that Deadpool was kept relatively reserved.
Yeah, and I like the fact that like Deadpool got infected with the Joker toxin, but because of his healing factor, he wasn't turned straight into Joker. And
the fact that he kind of helped at the end, that's why Batman lets them go.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Let's go home.
Yeah, exactly. So that one was great, and I guess we'll move on to the next story.
Well, we forgot one other thing. Him meeting Jordan. I could tell you're a cop because of your mustache.
Yeah, I know. Or like him making a Robin joke saying, oh, yes, jokes that I could make about that, but you probably heard them.
Exactly.
I love that. So then we move on to Captain America Wonder Woman by Chip Zdarsky. The story called The Gun and the Sword.
It is called controversy.
For no reason, because this is, again, the occasion of people judging a book before they've actually read it.
Yep, and putting their own projection, their own politics onto what they would do, not realizing that's not what a hero would do.
Yeah, because here's the thing. All right, so in the story, Wonder Woman is in World War II fighting alongside Captain America. They stumble onto Adolf's bunker, and then Cap has a gun aimed at him, and then Wonder Woman says, "Hang on, let the World Court decide his."
He's surrendering.
He's surrendering. Let the World Court decide his fate. And everyone misinterpreted that as saying Wonder Woman is defending Hitler, and I go, no, she's not.
No, she is definitely not. She's just simply saying, we don't kill surrendering enemies.
Yeah, exactly. And
now, if, say, Hitler was being Mecha Hitler, like Wolfenstein, coming at them saying, die, Ally Schweinhund, and all that, then yeah, take him down.
And then it's like Captain America says he does not deserve life, and then Wonder Woman goes, "No, he doesn't." See?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And again, it's like heroes would not just go like, no, if you're surrendering, no matter. You're surrendering, no matter. You're a good person. You're wearing the symbol, no matter. That's how these people see it.
Yeah, the other thing that I think is kind of weird with this is so then it shows like different parts of like their shared histories, but now
Yep.
this one's taking place on a world where Marvel and DC are the same universe. The problem with this, so they show the Maxwell Lord death, but it's like,
One, he's not dead.
well, yeah, he doesn't die, but here's the thing. Using Cap for that when Superman still exists in this universe, I'm like, that doesn't, because the reason why she killed Max in the story is because he said, I'm going to use Superman to burn the world down.
And I will keep doing it. Even if you lock me up, I can do it from prison. You knock me out, I'll eventually wake up.
Yeah, you can't do that with Captain America. That's not the same.
And we know it's Captain America that spot because he's the one with the cut throat.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, no, that's not. Plus, that's not going to be a good fight as well, because it's like with Superman and Wonder Woman when that happened, that was like two gods.
Out of God, yeah.
Cap does not have the strength to stand up against Wonder Woman in any realistic way.
Now them being there for the death of Supergirl, which again, how does that fit?
Yeah, but the other thing I do like, where she picked him up when he jumped off the helicopter and the helicarrier in Civil War. I'm like, okay, that's so cool. I like that.
Then at the very end, Steve dies. There's a new generation of heroes, and she picks up his shield.
Yeah, exactly. And then we also see Lizzie Prince here, and she's still in the Robin suit. Nice to know Tom King is still ruining other characters, even in alternate realities. Yeah, but it's like, this one...
It's up in the air if it's his kid or if it's just he's being Uncle Steve.
Since I didn't see Steve Trevor, I would assume it's his kid. As for this, it's like, okay, as for this story, it's the second longest in the collection, and short of some small inconsistencies, I think it's pretty good.
And the only issue I have more is the coloring in some parts. It doesn't mesh well with Dodson. It's a little muddy.
Even though Dodson, I think, colored it.
Oh, that makes it sadder.
Yeah, he colored it.
Then why some of it muddy, I have to wonder.
It could be they wanted to go for a more grungy look because it's
True.
like World War II.
Cameron.
Cameron says romantic wise. Well, yeah. Oh, this is the only Diane and Steve I'll accept. I'll give you that. I could see that.
Imagine Steve being the one who landed. Cap is the one who landed on the island.
Yeah, exactly. See, I could actually. So it's kind of funny. So Jim from Weird Science and I are covering the Legend of Wonder Woman, the digital first series, and they keep saying that like a darkness is approaching Themyscira. So I send the episode. Yeah, his name is Steve Trevor. Yeah, I know.
But
next story is the one called Catch. It's by the one of the best writers in all of comics right now, Kelly Thompson.
Who created Jeff?
Yeah, and by art by Gira Hero from like essentially like Gwenpool.
And Smashes the Clan, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a crossover between Crypto and Jeff the Landshark, where basically they play volleyball. That's it.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute.
It's nice. I enjoy it, and I like where like an arrow comes in through the
Hawkeye. One of the Hawkeyes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the purple arrow, and then Kara calls Crypto back. I like that. That's nice.
Yep. I forget which Hawkeye. Is it Clint or is it the other one from Young Avengers?
I don't think they tell you.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to Jeff on Marvel, so I don't know which.
Yeah, I don't know. And if anyone knows in the chat, they can go ahead. And then we get to the Kevin Smith story where it's crossing over Green Arrow and Daredevil.
Of course.
This one I love.
This was so great. It was just, yeah. You have Adam Cuba in artwork, and the two are so in character. The only little bit of saucy dialogue was when they bumped into each other. It's like, who just bumped into my butt?
Yeah, I know. I remember that one. But what I love about this is when Green Arrow first sees Daredevil, he goes, "You know, you look like a villain." He even calls him Satan.
Yep. And of course, he Daredevil thinks it's Clint.
Yeah, exactly. And then he goes, no. And then obviously, interesting use of Count Vertigo.
Yep. And at the very end, they win by using a jury-rigged boxing glove arrow that turns out it was made by Battle and Jack Murdoch.
It was one of his gloves, and I go, okay, that's cool. I like that.
Again, Kevin knows these characters inside and out.
Yeah, get to, and now the stories get like really short, so we're just gonna bruise through these. So we have Rocket has a Green Lantern ring now, so it's Rocket.
They swap places.
So it's essentially essentially the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Guardians of the Universe decided to send a representative to each other's universe. Rocket goes to the DC universe, and Hal goes to the Marvel universe. And what I love about this,
Day one.
Hang on, JJheat's here, and I will add in his intro. Hey, what's up, JJheat?
Flame on. How's everybody doing tonight?
And MJ, look up Amazon.
Yeah, you're just in time to talk about when Rocket Raccoon got a Green Lantern ring.
Oh, I've already read the issue. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, it was fun.
No, we all read it. We've all read it.
Yeah, we all did.
Okay.
First of all, okay, can we ask first? What did you think about the main story?
The main story was fine, just your typical Joker rock. Though the cadence and dialogue reminded me of Hamill's Joker from the DCU, so that was a nice touch.
Yeah,
true. It kind of did.
It was.
And I'll say this: Zeb Wells is one of his better writing.
Now, what do you think of Cap and Wonder Woman?
Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna say the quiet part out loud. This should have been a story included in the overall collection. This should not have been a backup.
Agreed.
I would say so. Well, here's the thing. It's certainly about as long as the Batman one. At least I think.
No, the Batman portion was about 20. Took up 20 pages of the book. The Wonder Woman story got about 10. The Rocket Raccoon and Parallax got about 5. And then they got 2. They got 2. Oh, they got 2 pages. Excuse me.
Yeah, it was the Green Arrow Daredevil that got about 10.
5 pages. Okay.
5.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff and Crypto had about 5 or 6.
Okay, so that works. But anyway, so then we get to so what do you think of the Land Shark and Crypto?
Marvel rival synergy aside, now granted, Jeff the Shark, I can see how he's marketable. It's like Marvel's Baby Yoda. But I don't get the premise beyond that. Like, is he just glorified product placement? Is there an origin here? Again, I fell off Marvel.
Yeah. There is an origin, but I don't recall what it is.
So I'm like, okay, hey, if you can make a baby shark work, then you know what?
Baby shark.
I hear that song all the time.
JJheat crazy right now.
I hear that song all the time with my nieces and nephews.
Everyone in the chat, drop the Baby Shark song in the chat for JJheat.
JJheat, it's revenge for all of your certain other songs you sung at Jared's expense.
Yes, baby.
Yeah, so anytime you do it, we'll do Baby Shark.
I may have to make that part of his intro.
Okay. All right. I mean, the joke's kind of dead, so I don't really see the point in it.
All right.
Anyway, what did you think about the Daredevil Green Arrow story?
Definitely one of the better ones, not going to lie.
Well,
it's Kevin Smith. What do you expect?
Yeah, exactly. What would you expect? Yeah, it was. The dialogue is great. The action is like really good. Like, oh my god. Like,
well, Adam Kubert.
Oh yeah, exactly. And then I'd say the Green Lantern one where it's like so they basically do hard traveling heroes, but with Rocket Raccoon. And
he barely lasts 3 days.
yeah, they're gambling, they're stealing stuff, and then I love Nova. He calls up, he goes, "What's a parallax?"
And he has the Infinity Gauntlet. Beware my power.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. And then they start to get oh, there's Cameron. Cameron's coming in clutch, baby shark. Do 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 do. So then they start to get then we get to what I think is the worst one. It's the Old Man Logan versus Dark Knight Returns Batman, and here's why. So it's clearly Dark Knight Returns Batman, but it doesn't look like Old Man Logan.
No, and I get probably he was wanting to drop base him off of how he looked like back in that original mini.
Yeah,
way back when, the one that has that, him showing the claws doing the "come here" gesture. I think he did it much better on the cover.
Yeah, but again, it's like this. It was marketed as Old Man Logan, so I'm like, if you want to do Dark Knight Returns and Wolverine, okay, that's fine, but then don't call it Old Man Logan.
And but the dialogue just felt like two guys insulting each other.
And then it just ends really abruptly.
Yeah, it feels like what? Are they just sparring with each other and be like, same time next week?
Probably, yeah. This is the one that I give a 5, I would say. I've never been that much of a fan of Frank's art either.
What did you think, JJheat?
Definitely the weaker side of the backups. I would say the only one that was worse is that gag one at the very end. Where that
Logo. Amalgam, Logo, and Lobo and Wolverine. Hell yeah.
That was awesome.
Bro,
talk about redundant. I mean, it's a deep cut.
You know what I just saw? The claws are his chains.
I'll say this. It's better than Lobo the Duck.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and I'll say this. And I'll say this. The fact you had, they took my Dark Santa side chopper.
Mm-hmm.
The Thanos chopper.
He blew it up.
Yep, he blew it up.
Yeah,
wait. Was there one more story or?
No.
That was it?
It's like overall, it's a pretty good like series of stories for the most part. Again, the Wonder Woman one, it's like, would I like a Chip Zdarsky Wonder Woman run? Based on this one issue, the way he wrote Diana, honestly, I wouldn't be that opposed to it.
But given how he's writing Steve currently,
he's writing a Steve. Yeah, honestly, because I'm one of those that I'm actually kind of enjoying his cap run. It's not the best cap run, but I've read way worse cap runs. I've read Ta-Nehisi
Coates. Ed Brubaker is one of the best Captain America runs of all time.
Ed Brubaker is the number one. He's not one of the best, at least in my opinion. He's number one right there.
Oh, yeah.
I would say top 5. At least top 5.
Like this way. Of the ones that I have read, Brubaker is number 1.
Yep.
No contest.
I would put him near number 1. I still think Grunwald, because he's on the one with the long runners.
True.
Grunwald was a good one, too, Derek. You can't take that from him. Grunwald was a good run, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's just because, remember, I haven't read Grunwald yet.
Yep. But yeah, so...
I mean, yeah, Cap and Wonder Woman was good. The part that I liked about Cap Wonder Woman the most, and I didn't expect them to do that, is them showing the passage of time and showing all these important DC and Marvel events that are then augmented by the DC and Marvel heroes being together. And then I'm sorry, Wonder Woman holding Cap's shield with the golden armor will never not be cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that is dope. And it's the Dodsons drawing Wonder Woman. How often do you get that?
Lately, not much.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I really, 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 really like that. And yes, NJ, I'm sure eventually we'll get that. If you want an actual amalgam of the two, Storm. I mean,
Amazon.
DC amalgam, DC Marvel amalgam 2.
Yeah, they need to do that. That's why I wouldn't be surprised if the way it's because they did Logo. I wouldn't be surprised if that's on the table.
Now, in fact, if we go by what Liefeld has teased, and I wouldn't put it past them, they might be doing Spider-Man, Superman next year for the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the headliner like story for like that crossover.
I mean,
But,
what do you
how-
think? What? Sorry,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to ask, what do you think the odds of that, JJheat?
An Amalgam 2, granted, you got okay. This was right.
No. I meant Superman, Spider-Man.
Oh, Superman, Spider-Man. Oh, that's definitely going to happen because it's the 50th anniversary. So that's definitely going to happen. As for Amalgam, DC Marvel Amalgam 2, I would say that's relatively unlikely because, again, both editorials were in a desperate position at the time. It was the early 90s. The comics boom had died out. I would argue it was a full-on collapse after 1991.
And it was because you had Carlin and Grunwald who were best buddies. Once Grunwald passed away, the odds of doing it again dropped significantly. Especially when you had Brevoort in charge.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not kidding. Brevoort's the one who took over, and while he saw it through to the end, you could tell he didn't care for anything afterwards.
Oh no, he hated the event. The only reason he did it was because it was already a lot of the event was already commissioned and set up. He hated it.
Yeah, and he would never badmouth Grunwald ever. In fact, wasn't Grunwald who got him into Marvel?
Yes, he got him. Yeah, he did get him in. I think it was a freelancer at the time, and then he ended up getting a full contract with Marvel. But Grunwald got him that original gig. I forget what book he started on.
Yeah, but of course that explains a lot.
Yeah, but it's like overall, I now how would you rank these stories? So for me, it's Cap Wonder Woman, partly because I'm starved for good Wonder Woman content. Screw you, Tom King. Number 2 is Batman Deadpool. I'm re-evaluating that. 3 is Green Lantern. 3 is Jeff and Crypto. That's just so good. Green Lantern, Logo, and then at the bottom is Batman Wolverine.
Okay, for me,
you forgot Lego, but that's only like 2 pages. So
no, I said Logo.
Yeah, but what about Green Arrow? What about Green Arrow?
Oh, Green Arrow. Okay, move everyone past Batman Deadpool down 1. Green Arrow Daredevil is 3.
For me, Green Arrow Daredevil is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Cap and Cap and Wonder Woman is number 2. Deadpool, Batman, then Green Lantern and Rocket, Jeff and Crypto, and then Dark Knight, Logo, then Dark Knight, Old Man Logan.
All right, Cameron has a fantastic idea. He says he needs a Captain America, Diana, Bucky, and the Howling Commandos in a World War II story, and hell, at the JSA as well. That's
why Wonder Woman, Captain America should have been a separate book, not a backup story.
True. Oh yeah, 100%. Because there's so much you could do with that.
Yep.
Anyway, so JJheat, how do you rank the stories in this?
Batman and Deadpool, Wonder Woman and Captain America, but only because it's a backup, not a main book in the collection. Followed by Green Arrow and Daredevil. Logo is dead last because again, that's a gag for the last couple of pages, so there's not much of a story. And the 4th and 5th place, you can make them interchangeable between Dark Knight versus Wolverine and Jeff versus Crypto.
What about Green Lantern Rocket? You missed that one.
Oh, okay. Green Lantern and Rocket. That one was pretty good. It kind of left you wanting more, though. It's kind of like, okay, Rocket gets a lantern ring, shenanigans ensues, and then all of a sudden, Parallax Hal Jordan just goes to town and ends up with the Infinity Gauntlet. I felt that
it was just for a laugh. It was a gag story.
Yeah, but you already had one gag story with Logo. I'm just saying that you could have used the extra page space. Cut Logo out.
Yeah, to be fair, I wouldn't say Logo was purely a gag story. It was an homage to the Amalgam universe.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Logo was always kind of redundant to me because you already had Dark Claw. You already had Hyena, which is an amalgamation of Joker and Sabretooth.
True, but let's be honest, most people, I think a lot of people would like to redo Dark Claw with a different pairing for Batman.
Looking back, yeah, the only reason we got Dark Claw is because Batman and Wolverine were the most popular IPs at the time.
Nowadays, it'll probably be Iron Bat.
I would say so. I would say
Wouldn't
so.
that be-
Probably.
They're effectively the same. The only difference is
Tony Wayne.
one's a weapon prior to getting the suit, a weapons dealing megalomaniac, and the other's just a rich asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really
Sure.
more of the same. It's just how they dealt with their trauma after their parents' deaths. But they're
Also,
really
here's another one. They should have done Nightwing and Daredevil.
two on the nose.
Oh, and
I
by
mean,
the way, nowadays they would definitely do Carol Danvers merge with Diana.
Oh yeah,
They
not
would-
Storm.
they would
Storm is
force
no
it.
longer. Yeah.
They would force it like hell. Now, if this was around 2017, like right around Infinity War Endgame, I could see that if they did this, if they did a Marvel DC thing, I could see it just for the sake of synergy and momentum. But let's be honest, Carol, I have nothing against Carol Danvers as a character. And she was one of my favorite heroes as a kid when she was Miss Marvel.
Yep.
When they tried to prop her up as captain, that's when you dropped the ball for me.
Oh,
Because
and
you
I just
haven't done
Sorry.
at least from what I've read. Now I don't know if they changed this, but you overhyped the character trying to make her a new. I don't know if it was just to make her a new fan favorite, make her the new face when you already had Spider-Man. A lot of this just boils down to synergy and rights issues. They just recently got a decent licensing deal for Spider-Man around like in 2016 for Civil War, so they've only been able to really use Spider-Man like that synergy wise the past couple of years. But to make it a long story short,
Too late.
thank you. Carol's just not that popular of a character.
Sorry, can I make one funny suggestion? Kamala Stanmark.
Yes. That would so work.
That could go really good or really bad depending on how it's executed.
Oh, if you want it to be really bad, then merge Kamala with Trinity. That's how you really make it go horribly. That's silence. That's all I need. That's silence. I love that silence. But yeah, so yeah, overall, I'm very excited for part 2 for the DC side of this, and to see what stories are going to be on the DC side in November. Hopefully Wonder Woman Storm, but
No, they already announced them, and I don't think that was one of them.
Which one did they do?
Let me check. Let me double check.
I know Nightwing's getting a crossover.
With Nightwing is getting one with X-23 because it's Tom Taylor.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm trying to see what are the backup stories. Batman, Deadpool, and backups. Let me do that. Okay, so what we got here is Nightwing, Wolverine, Harley Quinn, Hulk. Well, that's something.
That's an eating contest.
Constantine and Doctor Strange. Solid.
Yeah, that was Tinian returning.
Static and Ms. Marvel.
Yep.
I would have gone with Miles Morales, especially off that Death Battle episode last year. I would have gone with Static and Miles Morales, but carry on.
That's it.
So far, now there could be some more because it took towards the end for them to do the Frank Miller one, but who knows?
Again, those are the ones that are already announced. They might do another set towards the end of the year.
Probably two more, but as we get closer.
But yeah, overall, it's a pretty dope issue. Overall, I'd say a solid 8 out of 10.
Agreed.
8 out of 10. Because I'd say about 80% of the stories were exceptional.
Better than the Harley Quinn April Fool's anthology at the very least.
You mean the fart comic?
Yeah, the Fartacular. Yeah, I love that. I love how they also made it a scratch and sniff. That they just compounded the sin.
Which is funny. They did a proper scratch and sniff during the Palmiotti Connor era. That was much better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but all right. So I think that's a good place to leave this topic. So let's transition. So we want to talk about Robert Redford or Trinity?
Trinity. I want to get JJheat's opinion.
Okay, so hang on.
Transition.
Okay, I'm going to play the proper transition for this.
I complete the mission of the Amazons by ridding this world of you forever.
So we got the announcement that the next issue of Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman, even though it's really Trinity, Daughter of Steve Trevor, has been delayed 7 whole weeks. Now, let me moderate people's expectations. yes, combined with the fact that Scott Snyder recently said, I think JJheat had internet issues, but based on because I know some people are going to try and put two and two together because Scott Snyder had recently said that they're doing creative changes that are going to be announced at New York Comic Con. Now, again, moderate your expectations. It could be that, but
we don't know. We don't know.
You don't know. Now, here's the thing. Series do get delayed all the time. 7 weeks.
Again, there could be a multitude, as we said, there could be a multitude of reasons. It could be that they decided we want to leave a little bit more space for, because remember, book comics usually these days have a set number they can release per month.
But 7 weeks, that's almost 2 months.
Yes, again, now we already know odds are they're not going to redo the artwork.
You see, I was thinking about that. What if they already did redo the artwork? And here's the thing. Belline, all that Belline said was that she had finished drawing the last issue of Trinity. That doesn't mean she's redoing that.
True.
Because remember, so for context, issue 5 is delayed, and obviously that means issue 6 is delayed, like I think just a month. So it's like,
yeah.
Obviously that. But here's the thing: I want to start with JJheat because I haven't talked to him about this. Well, what do you think of the 7-week delay?
I'm not too surprised by it because with the Trinity series, you had first of all, you're trying. What's the best way I could say this? You have some good stories, but you also risk bringing back a lot of old wounds. Most notably, the most recent issue where one of the Trinities ends up displaced just before City of Bane, and like we get it.
Well, yeah,
it was before the wedding. It was before issue 50.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, I see what Tom King's trying to do here. We get it. They were setting up 5G behind the scenes. You got screwed over. You've still fulfilled your contract, and you got a Maxi Pity series out of it. Get over it.
Now, here's one thing that could be one of the reasons. They probably looked at him and be like, why is she visiting Jason a second time? It was fine the first time. Why are we doing it a second time?
Wait, it was twice? I thought it was just
issue 5 is also another Jason one.
It's because again, JJheat, you actually summarized it perfectly. It's because Tom King would rather be writing Batman. That's why.
So that would have been 3 issues with Bat Family stuff.
And remember, the only time that Trinity, the daughter of Wonder Woman, has interacted with Wonder Woman is in issue, I want to say 2.
3.
Yeah, 2.
3.
Okay, 3. Oh, yeah, 3. Where Diana is eaten by a Cerberus multiple times as a joke.
Or Damien.
But so that's the only time. And yes, that could be the other reason why. It could be they're like, but here's the thing, Robert. Unless they're redoing the art for 5 because how would they change just the dialogue if like the art is still her hanging out with Jason?
That's true. Well, depends. Maybe they could change the character to someone else and you just trace over Jason.
That has happened before. Because remember, one of the Son of Kal-El issues, the artist accidentally drew Tim Drake, confusing the two. And I think that issue got delayed a week in order to make the correction.
Yeah, the 7 weeks part is very suspicious. That's where I'm like, why that long?
Well, we'll find out if they end up re-soliciting it with a different artist.
Yeah, we'll see. And by the way, NJ also brings up that Callie Thompson's Birds of Prey run is ending at 28. So again, NJ, and actually Robert and I were talking about this earlier today. It could be that they're going to move her off of Birds of Prey. It could be they told her, hey, we're going to move you off Birds. How would you like to take over the main Wonder Woman book? Could be that.
Not guaranteed.
All we're saying is that we're not 100% sure of literally anything.
Only one creator is safe because he just started, and that's Fraction.
And Robert and I have now. Let's be fair, Robert. You and I have said that if there is another creative shakeup, because if they're changing this many creatives, that would be a shakeup. there's a low probability he would survive.
King would survive, yes.
By survive, we mean as the Wonder Woman writer.
Or
Yeah,
does it
even
get
JJheat,
tempered?
even you have to admit that, right? This is a shakeup, and if it's not selling as well as they've been expecting, he already got us a pass with Absolute Power because that was still early in his run. He's not going to get lucky a second time. JJheat?
Yeah, JJheat.
Hello?
Sorry, I went out I lagged for a second.
Did you,
But
did you hear what I said?
I did, yeah, talking. It's just if I had to be honest, it's too early to tell whether Matt Fraction's going to be taking off Batman or not. Because again, his run just kicked off. They delayed
That's
him.
what I'm saying.
We're saying he's the only one that's
safe
of this current of the creative change up they're doing now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because-
Flash is the only one.
Book sold over 500,000 issues. DC is not stupid enough to go, okay, now we're taking you off the book.
Yeah, he's the only one safe. Every other book is up for grabs. It's even Wonder Woman.
I would, and maybe I would still say I think Superman may be safe because
It's up to Williamson. It's up to Williamson.
It's up to
That's it. That's the thing. They're not going to be shaking up for just to shake it up. If Williamson wants to, it's up to him if he wants to step away or not.
Yeah, unless there's like severe sales issues, which you could argue the Wonder Woman book has that, or like a few other books have that. They're not going to like say you're done.
Yeah, but they're making but Snyder's making a statement saying they're going to shake up. Saying that means there's going to be a couple books that'll get shaken up. I would not be surprised if Phil B. King Johnson gets rolled off Batman and Robin, or if it's ended.
Yeah, and so what Snyder said is, okay, creatives some creators are being moved around, and some creators are getting higher profile assignments.
Yeah, so maybe King's getting elevated.
It could be it could still be he's leaving Wonder Woman for a higher. Maybe he's getting a Bat book. Maybe he's getting Batman and Robin, and then maybe Callie is being elevated to get the main Wonder Woman book. Could be.
Or again, there's so many, but we won't know until NYCC.
Exactly. We're not going to make any definitive statements until NYCC, and obviously we'll all cover it when it's announced. And
yeah, we don't want egg on our face if we're wrong and we got everyone overhyped. Like, yeah, King's gone, and nope, still here.
I will.
Yeah, go ahead, JJheat.
I will say this though. Some of these books, okay, Birds of Prey, I would argue it fell off as early as Green Arrow came back post Dark Crisis, because that was one of the main hooks of Birds of Prey. Yes, Sin was back in continuity. There were some good callbacks and decent fan service if you're into that. But from a narrative standpoint, I'm not going to say it was a shelf title outright. It just fell off. I'll be fair for Birds of Prey. I'll be fair here. I'm not going to outright declare it's a shelf title. It just fell off. As for Batman and Robin, the Memento arc is what really killed. It just lost a lot of momentum. The Memento arc, no pun intended, really dragged out. That arc is like a volume and a half.
It's one of Phil King Johnson's weakest books I've read.
Yeah.
Now, Grant, he just started a new arc, but they could end it at any time.
Yeah, it started off great, but it's like it's not my favorite PKJ book. He has a lot of great stuff. In fact, I have the first issue of that Superman book I have to read. But the point is, it's like, again, it's like, let me put it this way: anything could
Flash
happen.
is going to get reworked. Flash is a fill-in.
Yeah.
This is so Cantwell and Wade is a fill-in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no way that they don't do that. But that's the only one we're sure of. Now, to be
Wait, Spearer is still on the Flash book?
I know.
No. He's done. He's done with 25. Cantwell and Wade are taking over for the DCKO tie-in. I'm saying that is going to be a shakeup.
Oh, and also Joel Jones is writing the tie-in issue or what?
Tie-in issue.
No.
It's a one-shot. The one shot
for KO for Wonder Woman. You better believe I'll be picking that one up because I love Joel Jones.
Just you wait, though. We end up finding out Leah Williams gets Wonder Woman.
We'll find. Here's the thing. Why would they give Leah Williams higher profile work when her Power Girl series was crappy and sold horribly?
And yet, I think that's true, but she's still getting work.
Yeah,
wasn't that bad, though?
hang on. Here's to NJ's point. Here's why I do think it might be Kelly that gets put on Wonder Woman, because Kelly has a very proven track. I mean, Absolute Wonder Woman won arguably multiple Eisners.
She was at least nominated for 3, if I remember.
I think.
Well, here's something else though. Adams is rolling off of Green Lantern, co-writing Green Lantern Corps.
Jeremy Adams on one would be peak as well. So as far as I know, JJheat, the book Absolute Wonder Woman won Best New Series. I think I don't think Kelly won Best Writer, but the colorist won. So I think at least it got like 2 or 3 Eisners, in either one directly or one indirectly. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because I know it was She was nominated for 3, or at least the book itself was nominated for 3, but they only want 2.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. So yeah, and to your point, Robert, the writers that I think are most likely to get the Wonder Woman gig are the ones that I think are most likely. Let me be clear, are the ones that I think, luckily, are the ones that I think would do a pretty bang up job with it, and I mean that sincerely.
Yeah.
Like PKJ already has a Wonder Woman pitch that he keeps giving to DC. That tells me he really wants to do it. And obviously Kelly Thompson can write the crap out of Wonder Woman.
I just get fearful that they might be rolling Adams off of Green Lantern because the sales aren't that great from what I hear.
They're not. They're really not. The story's good, but the sales just aren't hitting.
It could.
I'm afraid, or Aquaman even.
Or
no, that's a bloody shame, because that Aquaman book is surprisingly good.
It's so
unfortunately,
good.
Unfortunately, you've had so many people falsely assume that he killed off Mara when Mara shows up at the very end of this recent issue, and these people still are complaining.
The way
go ahead. Aquaman has been quietly. I've noticed that Aquaman has been quietly shelved since Lost Kingdom came out. Like, they barely do anything for Aquaman. Granted, he wasn't in the best position after the Aquaman and the whole Future State debacle. He wasn't in the best position. But prior to Jeremy Adams getting the gig, Aquaman was shelved for a good 2 years, or at least a year and a half.
Yeah, most we had was Andy showing up in backups.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's sad, but yeah.
Now, I don't think Aquaman's in danger truly, because that's still early in the run.
Still, yeah, exactly. It's still
Green Lantern's the one that's worrisome.
Yeah, and by NJ says, I think they will consider again, NJ, I'm saying that, like, that you make an excellent point on that, NJ, that hey, they could base it and give it to Kelly based on the Eisner win as well. So I just want to be clear. It's like what you're saying could very well happen for sure.
But my argument is, and it's not Kelly herself, but I think DC is not one to have 2 different versions have the same writer. That might be their own decision.
That might be. That's true because of what happened with He Who Must Not Be Named. But
there's 2 very different versions, not just on both titles.
Yeah, and the other refutation is that the one that Kelly is writing not only is one of the top selling books at DC, but it's universally beloved.
No, and I get that, but again, they probably don't want to lead to any brand bleeding.
That's true. That's the only. Excuse me. That's the only point against Kelly getting the book. In that case, I could see Kelly staying on Absolute and then Adams being on Wonder Woman, which, trust me, based upon how Adams respects all the characters he writes and respects the lore, he would do a fantastic job with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
JJheat, do you agree with all that?
JJheat? And he is muted. Oh, Britt says, death of Steve Trevor's Cabbage Patch Annabelle Chucky doll. Oh my God. By Britt, I'll play your intro.
He's back.
I freaking love Britt's like Britt's.
What's up, Britt? How's it going?
But anyway, yeah, so what do you think, JJheat, on if DC would put Kelly on main Wonder Woman and Absolute?
It would. they're two different styles because she would have to directly take over where King left off. Yes, you would have to focus on. I mean, that's one of the biggest contention. That's the most immediate contention you would make, because yes, when new creative teams go in a different direction all the time. But if I had to be,
if they started, because here's the thing: take the Batman story, take for Frash's Batman as an example. If you start at a new number one, you can just like start it. Wonder Woman's on an adventure. That's it. You don't even have to say Sovereign did this. Sovereign did this. I just freed Mouse Man.
Clean slate. That's understand. I'm just saying it would be.
It depends on if they feel it's worth giving it a relaunch.
Yeah. Thank you, Robert. But
what?
Sorry, I was about to go on a tangent there. But more importantly, I just don't think it's likely because she's already getting a lot of momentum on Absolute Wonder Woman, and I don't think editorial would, at least from a profit standpoint, would want to risk curving that by bringing it into main continuity, unless you're doing like a crossover.
Wait. No. I'm not talking bring Absolute Wonder Woman to main continuity. I'm just saying having Lee Thompson write it.
I think he means you'd have people who will then jump over and then be divided. Like, do we go over to both books? Because not everyone can buy both books. So then they'll be like, which one do we get?
That's true.
That's what. Thank you for clarifying that, Robert. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what he meant was that you might get a bit of a curve because then people might then have to make a decision to drop one for the other.
Mm-hmm. Enzo says maybe DCKO caused the delays because of tie-in on. Wait. I would believe that if it was the Wonder Woman book being delayed, but the Trinity book, which didn't tie into literally any event.
Yeah.
That's it. To be clear, it's the Trinity Daughter of Wonder Woman book that is delayed 7 weeks.
And also, this isn't a crisis event.
No, it's not. It could be a setup for a crisis event, but DCKO is not a crisis.
So it's not going to have any ramifications like that.
No, exactly. DCKO is not. The only thing it's going to determine is who's going to fight Darkseid.
And probably beat him and weaken him.
Yeah, exactly. But overall, again, luckily, New York Comic Con's in October, so we don't have to wait too long for these answers. So to be clear, that's the advantage.
Yep.
But in terms of like, so it's more of a wait and see scenario. Obviously, it could turn out that like King does survive. It's like the Robert and I were talking about this before we went live. I give him a 30 to 40% chance he stays on the book.
Yeah, because who knows? They might still feel like he still has a story to tell. It's not bombing.
Debatable, but
it's not including Conrad numbers.
If we're going purely by the numbers, if we're going pure numbers, because you used to do this all the time, Jared, with Super Sons. If we're going purely by numbers, it's doing decent. Not good, not great, but decent.
Mm-hmm.
And decent is good for them.
The fact that the Shield sites are starting to pick up and give it 6 out of 10s, that's big because typically DC requires review sites to give books 7 out of 10 to keep getting review copies.
That's true.
Marvel does this way.
Yeah, go ahead.
Marvel resorts to shield tactics way more often than DC does, but I get your point.
No, but my point is that's the other part where I'm like, okay, now it could be the delay. Now, what I think there's a good chance they move him off, and it could be the delay is so they can like. It could be that like because also issue 6 had one change, so it could be that what they wanted to do is they had him rewrite the issue just so it like sets up a more organic ending or like it ties into the ending of his Wonder Woman run. It could be that.
Yeah.
But again, it's more of a wait and see scenario. So we'll see where that goes. So let's move on to our final topic of the night.
Robert Redford.
Robert Redford, aka Adrian Pierce. Adrian.
Yeah, you're right. Adrian Pierce. Yeah.
No. Adrian Pierce is Vigilante. Alexander Pierce is
right
playing the Winter Soldier.
Yep, and one of the best villain roles in the MCU.
He actually did very well as like the head of Hydra.
Yep, or at least the general of Hydra, because then Zemo was still around.
Well, Zemo was
Not Zemo, Stuka.
well,
You
he
know,
was
Baron
Baron Strucker.
Strucker. Strucker was still around. Because he
Yeah,
didn't get
that's
killed
true.
off till Age of Ultron.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like he was like I always got the impression that Strucker was his lackey because he seemed to be more in charge of the organization that was Hydra, if you will.
Nah, I don't believe it because it still felt like he was answering to people.
Oh, in what way?
Just the way he was acting and everything, just kind of give that vibe of. And that Strucker is always the head of Hydra, always.
But then again, this is the MCU.
True, but the way they portrayed Strucker in Age of Ultron, he was in charge.
I don't know. Pierce never gave me the impression that like he was like a lackey of anyone.
True, but still, what I liked so much about Pierce was that he was more of a Fury villain.
Yeah, he really was. He was less of a Cap villain, which is why when people say he should have been like a Red Skull, essentially, I'm like, no, that's not what he was.
No, that just would have been a retread of the first film.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Another thing I really liked was that the whole him talking with Fury, like, I want Iron Man to come over to my daughter's birthday. Not a flyover. He actually lands on the ground.
He actually has to mingle. I love that.
I loved because he came off like he could have gone either way. It's like, I mean, it's obvious he was going to be the villain, but you could have also believed that he wasn't. But yeah, and I gotta say, what I love about Winter Soldier is they dealt with that stupid shadow cabinet.
Yeah, exactly.
From the first Avengers movie. Because I'm sorry, I did not like that cabinet at all.
No, I felt that was kind of a waste.
And since I think it's a stupid A decision, I chose to ignore it.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. But yeah, it's like, go ahead, JJheat.
Yeah, I agree. It's just that yeah, the Hydra stuff wasn't really acknowledged much in the MCU. Like, you just had everything was just consolidated into Winter Soldier, and that was it. You got a little bit of a carryover in Winter Soldier, like
you mean Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron, thank you. Where the Avengers kind of just raid the remaining Hydra bases, but after that, except for one character, one obscure character who ended up coming back in Captain Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, you mean Crossbones?
Not Crossbones. He died in Civil War. There was another one. He was an obscure mercenary during the stealth sequence on the ship.
Baltrock the Leaper.
Oh, Baltrock the Leper.
Leaper. He's called the Leaper.
Right.
It's French.
Yep.
But it's like, but it's like I like where Pierce could. Where like I could buy Pierce as both the good guy and the bad guy. He came off as both like intimidating, but also like he's a buddy essentially, and he's
also the type where. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead.
And that's the key of like a real like bad guy.
And what I liked also is that you kind of thought that he was the by any means necessary type of villain, like the whole oh yeah, we're doing it because the world's screwed up. We got to fix it. Not I'm taking over because I'm evil.
Yeah, and then it's like he brought up that when Fury like went into a building against orders, it's like, no, you saw there was a threat and you took action.
Exactly. He's the polar opposite of Nick.
Exactly.
Or actually, no, rather, he's Nick if Nick was willing to cross lines further.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, and then loved him showing up in Endgame.
Yeah, that was good. We're like, yeah, exactly. And everyone's like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because he was still the head of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yep. And I love that. It was like, oh, yeah. It's like, oh, so he was there during the events of the first movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Ledger goes, "Hail Hydra."
Yeah, I love that. And then Steve walks over with a big smile on his face. But yeah, essentially, it's like, he was an underrated like villain that I think should have been like referenced more, or like, well, actually, he was killed, so
Yeah, but let's be fair though.
Bucky stole the show. No one's refuting that, but he was definitely the main villain of Winter Soldier when all said and done.
Yeah,
Bucky
but
stole the show.
can we agree to this though? While it's good they brought him back for a cameo, an actor of his caliber, you were not going to keep around long.
Yo, yeah, because he would be way too expensive.
And he was getting up in age anyway. I mean, he pretty much retired after, like, he retired and only did the Endgame thing because it was so quick.
I would say so. Yeah, exactly.
Because that was his last on-screen performance, I think, was his cameo.
Yeah, that was filmed in like a day, if I remember
Exactly.
correctly.
He probably like, hey, I had fun one day, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But seriously, losing Redford. And come on, we keep on, there's those, how many memes are there out there with him in it? Like that bearded guy you zoom in on. What a great actor. And again, him, like I said, if I had to rank MCU villains, he'd be in the top 5.
Yeah, I would say so too. And it's like, and that's the funny part. I love how the MCU killed off all their good bad guys. That's the funny part. But so final thoughts on Redford before we wrap up.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's do a moment of silence. All right. So yeah. So, R.I.P. and thanks for being one of the better Marvel villains. All right. So let's wrap this crazy train up. As for Comics League, tomorrow we'll talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League on movie night. And Super Wonder Legacy is going to be pre-recorded, so it'll be coming out on Monday. Britt and I are talking about the role Superman and Wonder Woman play as mentors in the DC universe. Amazon Answers, I'm talking about Immortal Wonder Woman / Future State Wonder Woman. As far as Wonder Woman Wednesday, I have to think about what topic I want to do for that. As for Under Two Capes, we're going to be talking about the plague on comic book fandom that are touristy fans. Oh boy, it's going to be really fun. And so Robert, where can we find you? And what have we got coming out?
You can check out the link down below. I've reached my 600th PTN, so I'm now well past that. Britt and I are continuing on with we're wrapping up the Peter David Supergirl run by next week. And after that, we'll be covering Bomb Queen.
Hell yeah. JJheat, how about you?
75 or JJheat Plays. Also, if you want to get in touch with my gaming content, I did recently rebrand to my second Twitch account, JJheat75 too. So be sure to check that out as well. I am planning multiple collabs within the next 2 weeks. I did take a couple weeks off due to issues with my computer and scheduling, but I am going to go back to a more consistent schedule. First is going to be my collab with Robert on a certain topic idea we've been discussing. Then afterward will be New Direction versus Heroes and Crisis. And then hopefully, if I can still get in touch with him, Teladia, where we go over potential DCU predictions leading up to Brave and the Bold.
Hell yeah. So stay at work, everyone. Remember, Lois Lane is Lois Lane. She belongs to General Zod. And Steve Never. He belongs to the bottom of a hydraulic press set to maximum. Zoe is the max about for life. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.